My name is Stanislaw Liguzinski and I'm a Senior Programmer of Imagine Film Festival. I'm responsible for programming feature films and immersive media works. This is my 8th year at Imagine. I started in 2016. I love fantastic fiction because it's the best training for your imagination. It's basically like a gym for imagination that lets you think further, bigger and deeper. My favorite fantastic genre is fantasy, but this has a lot to do with sentiment towards my childhood, and I grew up reading fairy tales, classic fairy tales of Grimm brothers and others. And I very quickly got into Lord of the Rings and all the classic fantasy narratives. So that really shaped my imagination, and I always wanted to ride a dragon, so I guess this is still the case. I guess my favorite scary movie is Batman Returns, and that's because I've seen it at the age of 6, and it made a massive impression on me, and I really identified with Penguin when the parents dropped him on Christmas Eve to the sewers, and I think that was my biggest fear at that time. And I guess another scary movie that ties to this year's edition is Jurassic Park. For the same reason, this was the first film I ever watched in cinema, and I was hiding behind the cinema chair when my mother brought me to the screening room because I couldn't stand the look of the T-Rex. I guess I would like to explore in person the fantasy world of The Witcher, and of course most people I think know it from the games. But I'm Polish, I grew up in Poland, and this was also one of the most important series of books that I've read as a child. And the images that I created in my own head that were relating to that world have nothing to do with what we could have seen in the games and what we could have seen in the horrible Netflix series. So I guess I would like to experience that fantasy world in person myself. I definitely would like to have the machine or something that would allow me to pause time. I feel that there is never enough time in the day to do everything that I want to do. So having that little feature where I could just pause for a moment and crawl into the little hole and sleep for a bit, I guess that would be the most incredible invention I would like to experience. Yeah, my favorite fantastic character is R2-D2. And of course that's a known theory, but I stand by it very firmly that R2-D2 is the real hero of the whole Star Wars saga, and actually he is the big demiurge that puts everything in motion in that universe, and it's not Yoda or anyone else that is the wise person there, but him, and he, with gentle nudge, he's actually making that whole universe tick. In a fantastic fiction, I would like to be master villain. But that also comes from my love for RPG and role-playing games, and I always pick characters that are far from my own personality, or at least I like to think that, because it's the sheer fun of actually impersonating someone and trying out in your imagination scenarios that you would never allow yourself to implement in reality. It's been so many years that it's hard to pick one, but perhaps my favorite Imagine memories are related to our shared trips to festivals, and I really, really loved being, maybe especially in Sieges, with all my fellow programmers and enjoying that fantastic community spirit, meeting all the other genre lovers from all around the world and sharing the love for cinema. Yeah, my staff pick for Imagine 2024 will certainly be Tulpamancer, and I advise everybody to catch the opportunity and see it, because we fought really hard to get that piece over here, and it's been only shown in a couple of places around the world, and we are most probably the last festival where it's going to be shown, because it's a very complicated installation that we managed to get over here. And it's really something very unique. It combines virtual reality with artificial intelligence, and it creates a very special experience just for you based on the input that you give it. And I think it ties very well and summarizes what we wanted to say through our Interfaces of Reality theme program this year.